Hey coaches, welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is dedicated to the spread offense, but more importantly to the perfect play football system. In this video I'm going to go over the personnel in the perfect play system. I'm going to talk about what I look for at each position. And as I go through this, hopefully it'll give you some ideas and add to the conversation of the spread offense. Hopefully you'll like the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please bang that bell for me so you can get notifications. Here's my contact information. Feel free to get in touch with me through my email address, perfectplayfootball@gmail.com. I'd love to talk football with you and see how I can help your football program. First of all, let's talk about personnel. I'm just going to go from left to right here. Let's start off with looking at the X. The X is a position where that is usually going to be your best receiver. A lot of times the X will be into the boundary. A lot of times the X will be by himself away from trips. And this is a guy that can work one-on-one routes. This is a guy that can do read pass, which I will explain in other videos. Read pass into the boundary, read pass into, depending on the defense's alignment. Also, a lot of times he'll be given choice routes on what to do, so he has to have a little bit of football knowledge and understand what is the best route to attack different positions. Next we go to our H. Our H is a position who is the adjuster. He is sometimes the second best running back in your program. If you have a running back that has great hands, he could be in that position. If we go trips, he is the guy that will come over in trips and be a part of the trips alignment. We will use him to do a lot of stacking in formations, whether it's stacking on the inside or the outside. Sometimes we'll put him in the backfield and he can be a second running back. Sometimes he's in the pistol alignment. Sometimes he can be in the flat back. So he is a guy that's going to move around quite a bit. He's a great athlete for you. He does a lot of jet sweeps. He does a lot of bubbles. He's the screen guy. Also, he's a guy that can get downfield and push the top off the defense. So he has to be a great athlete for you. Probably the second best guy. Next we go to our Y receiver. Our Y is a guy that is kind of an H-back, tight end, receiver hybrid. He's a guy that can be out here by alignment. He can come in the box and be put as a wing back on either side. He can be in the backfield as kind of like a fullback, if you want to look at it that way, in terms of the old I plays that can be run out of the spread. So he could be a wing to either side. He could be in the backfield. He could be spread out. He could also go into a stack. A lot of times he'll be put in front on the stack because he's a little bit bigger, tougher guy, and people try to get hands on. So he's a guy that we try not to make any personnel substitutions. We'd like to take him in the box, move him in the box, get him back out of the box, do different things with him. So tight end, H-back kind of guy. He's probably the third best guy. One of our rules on our passing game is shortest throw. Shortest throw takes priority over a lot of things in the offense. So X is going to get a lot of short throws because he's going to be by himself and he'll be into the boundary. So when the ball's on the hash mark, he's going to get the most throws. H gets a lot of short throws because he's close to the quarterback in this formation. Y is going to get some throws because he's closest to the quarterback. When we go trips, we bring the H out here. And when we bring the H out, Y is the closest guy. Z is the fourth best of the four receivers. He's a guy that will push the top off of the defense. He'll run some rub routes. He has to be a good blocker because he's a guy that's going to be cracking. When we run all of our screens, he's going to crack the first defender inside. So he is the fourth best player of those four receivers. But he has to be a tough guy, and he has to be willing to block and sacrifice some of his own statistics. Next, we'll go to the backfield, the F. The F alignment can be moved around to several different areas. We could put him here as a wing to either side. He can be in the pistol alignment as well as the flat back or any type of hybrid alignment in between the two, flat back or pistol. He's your best running back. He's the guy that's going to run the ball between the tackles most of the time. Sometimes he'll be outside of the tackle, but he's going to be a tough guy. Ball security, pass protection, the two of the I guess most important parts of his job detail what he has to be able to do. Next, we have the quarterback. The quarterback needs to be the best athlete in the school. He needs to be a guy that can make plays. He's going to make plays with his arm. He's going to make plays with his feet. The better athlete, the more things he can do, the better your system will be. In certain situations, you have to have quarterback runs. If you don't have a guy that can run the ball, you just need to have a guy that's willing to run the ball. Doesn't have to be a great runner, just a willing runner. So you can get by if you got a guy that has a good arm, not as good with feet, and you can get by with a guy that has great feet and not as good with an arm. So you can adjust the system to fit and do whatever you need it to do for you. All right, very quickly, just a quick summary here of what we just talked about with the X. He's the best guy. The second best guy is going to be your H. H is also the adjuster a lot of times. The third best player will be the Y. He's also a hybrid H-back tight end type guy. The fourth best is the Z. The Z receiver is the fourth best. The quarterback's the best athlete in the building, and the F is the best running back. Once again, here's my contact information. Feel free to contact me about more details with the Perfect Play football system. Once again, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for listening to me. Please give me a thumbs up, bang that bell for me, and score points.